Hi, I'm Mike Bellevue. I'm the black powder editor for Guns of the Old West magazine. And today we're at the range with a Colt's 1851 Navy London model revolver. Now, this gun is manufactured by Uberti in Italy, and it's imported by Cimarron Firearms in Fredericksburg, Texas. And its particular feature is the blued steel backstrap. And one of the reasons I like it is because the grip geometry is better than the brass backstrap guns from either Pieta or Uberti itself. So we're going to take this out and show you what it can do. Well, I replaced the factory cones on this gun, or the factory nipples, with a set of nipples from Slick Shot. And the factory nipples you can see here on the left, and the Slick Shot nipples are on the right. And you'll notice they're made of stainless steel, and that they have small vent holes drilled in the sides of the cone. And what that does is it allows the gases to escape from the sides and not push the spent cap as hard into that hammer nose, where it'll get stuck, and the hammer nose then pulls it off and drops into the action and jams the gun up, which is a big problem with Colt type guns. And Slick Shot nipples pretty much eliminate that problem. Well, let's load the 51 up and ring some steel. The procedure for loading the Uberti London Model 1851 is the same as it would be for any other Colt Navy style revolver. So we'll just demonstrate it for you. Now, I get asked occasionally why I go through the loading sequence in every cap and ball video, that if you've seen it once, you've seen it 100 times and you don't need to see it again. And I really do understand that. The reason I do it is because this video may be the only cap and ball video that some viewers are seeing. It may be the first one, and it might be the only one. So I'd like them to have the opportunity to see how these guns were loaded, as well as how they're fired. So first thing we're going to do, place it on half cock so the cylinder can spin. I'm going to use a Navy sized flask, which will throw about 22 grains of powder, depends on how far into it your finger gets. So I'm going to dump in powder. I'm going to take a punched, pre-lubed wad. That's pure felt, and it's got some black powder lubricant on it. I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to use a 375 inch diameter round ball, which will go right over the top of that, and then I'm going to rotate it under the loading lever and just push the rammer down, and we're good to go. So I'm going to load 5 chambers. I'm going to leave one empty for safety, and I get this a lot. You can see there are little tiny pins right here between each of the chambers, and it is quite possible to lower the hammer on those pins and lock it up securely, and that's because the hammer has a slot in the face, and that's what they did during the 19th century. Now, I shoot these in competition here, besides just shooting them for fun, and I like to load all of my single action revolvers the same way. So that means 5 loaded, 1 empty. And that's the way I'm going to do it. And that upsets some people. I don't know why. But it's about the safest way that you can load one. And since we don't need to be shooting down Comanches with these things, that extra shot does not matter that much to me. So let me finish filling the chambers, and then we'll cap it up. So it's time to cap it. I use Remington number 10 caps. And I like to put them on with this Ted Cash snail capper. Holds about 100 caps. Very effective. And it works well on Colt type guns. And all you do is just take it, get the end over the cone of the nipple, pull it off, and you're done. So I've already capped the other 4. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take a little piece of wood here, and I'm just going to give each cap a little push. And I'm keeping my hand out of the way of the ends of the chambers in case something should go off, but I want to make sure the caps are seated all the way down over the cone of the nipple. And once we get that, I'm just going to bring it up to the safe chamber, put it down, and we're ready to shoot. Well, I've got the clay bird rack set up, and I've got Cimarron's London model here, all loaded up and ready to go. Now, I always feel a real challenge going after these clay birds, no matter what the distance, with a cap and ball revolver, because they're sighted so imprecisely, but I just got to give it a try, so let's see how I do. And that's why Wild Bill carried 2 guns. Okay, not the best I've ever done, but I got it done. And that's why Wild Bill carried 2 guns. Well, let's take the Cimarron 1851 London models and go pop some water jugs. Well, the little 36 caliber Navy has not shown itself to be a real powerhouse, but let's see if it can open up a can of shaving cream. Well, that did better than I expected. Well, let's finish up with the bad guy's view of the 1851 Navy.